Today I am going to discuss second lecture of anti-HIV drugs. In first lecture, we have discussed about the introduction of AIDS, introduction about the retroviruses, then retrovirus replication in host cell, as well as classification of anti-HIV drugs and explanation of reverse transcriptase inhibitor class of anti-HIV drugs. In today's lecture, I am going to discuss about the remaining classes of anti-HIV drugs. Okay. So, second class is HIV protease inhibitors. HIV protease enzyme is the enzyme that is essential for the viral growth and that mediate the post-translational modification of core protein into structural protein. Right? The structural protein are P7, P9, P17 and P24, which play an important role in infectivity of the HIV, and they are the product of host genes. Right? The HIV genomes contain various regions designated as genes such as GEC and GEC-pol genes. Right? That are translated as polyproteins and form immature viral particles. Right? These genes are translated as proteins, GEC and GEC-pol genes translated as polyproteins and form immature viral particles. Right? The precursor protein molecules are cleaved by viral pole encoded as aspartic protease, that is protease, to form the desired structural protein. Right? And the desired structural protein of the mature viral particle. The HIV protease also activate reverse transcriptase and play an important role in the release of infectious viral particles. The mechanism of action of the HIV protease inhibitors. Right? The HIV protease exists as a dimer in which each monomer contains one of two conserved aspartate residue at the active site. Right? And this acts as an active site of the enzyme. Right? These agents selectively bind with the active site aspartate of the viral enzyme HIV1 protease and inhibit the enzyme, block the enzymatic action of protease. Now discuss about the drugs. Example is sesquinavir. It was the first protease inhibitor approved by US FDA in December 1995. It is carboxamide derivative and it specifically prevents post-translational formation of viral proteins. Right? It is used in the treatment of advanced HIV infections in selected patients. It is used with either jurovudine in untreated patient or vidanosine in patient previously treated with prolonged jurovudine therapy. Second example is indinavir. It is pentanoic acid amide derivatives and it was approved by US FDA in March 1996. Right? Indinavir is generally used in combination with jurovudine and vidanosine for the treatment of HIV infection. Next class is integrase inhibitor. Right? Now, what is integrase inhibitors? Integrase inhibitors. They are the drugs which cause the inhibition of enzyme integrase. Now, what is the function of integrase enzyme? It is the enzyme that catalyzes the insertion of viral DNA into the host cell chromosome, and after that, viral DNA start to replicate by using the host cell mechanism. Right? Nowadays, it is a new target for therapeutic intervention in HIV-1 infection. Okay. Examples is Zentavir. Right? Zentavir is an oligonucleoside consisting of deoxyguanosine and thymidine. Chemically it is guanosine and thymidine derivative. It is most potent inhibitor of HIV-1 integrase. Right? It is a new drug in clinical trial. It binds strongly to the second receptor, chemokine receptor, that prevent the binding and fusion of the HIV virus with the host cell. Next class is HIV entry inhibitors. Right? This causes the inhibition of HIV entry into the host cell. Entry of HIV into cell is a complex process, involves several specific protein interaction. Right? Initially, viral glycoprotein, that is GP120, mediates the virus attachment via its binding to at least two host membrane receptors, right? That is CD4 plus and chemokine receptor. Initially, this glycoprotein GP120, that is of viral glycoprotein, that bind with host cell membrane through interaction with two receptors, CD4 plus and chemokine receptor, right? And cause the bivalent interaction with the host cell. In this bivalent interaction induces conformational changes in viral fusion protein, that is glycoprotein GP41, right? This bivalent interaction causes the conformational changes in GP41. In protein GP41 acts as the anchor for the GP120, right? Changes in GP41 also affect the GP21, and GP21 is the binder with the host cell, right? That's why inhibit the ultimately binding of GP21 to the receptor of host cell, right? After that, viral envelope fuses with host cell membrane, right? And the protein GP120 chemokine receptor interaction and fusion of GP41. These are the two novel target for antiretroviral therapy, right? So what happened initially? GP120 glycoprotein bind with the host cell receptor, that is CD4 plus and chemokine receptor, and cause the bivalent interaction, right? And this bivalent interaction induces the conformational changes in the second glycoprotein, that is fusion protein GP41, right? And after that, viral envelope fuses with the host cell membrane and cause the entry into the host cell, right? Now, these two proteins GP120 and GP41, that is the new target for the antiretroviral therapy. Then chemokine receptor binders. During fusion, there is interaction between virus, envelope and chemokine receptor, as we discussed in previous class, right? This chemokine receptor can be blocked by the drug and inhibit the binding of GP120 protein of virus to this type of receptor and ultimately inhibit the entry of the virus into the host cell, right? Bicyclone compound AMD 3100 was the first compound identified as CXCR4 specific inhibitor. CXCR4, that is a type of chemokine receptor present on the T cell of host, right? So this drug inhibit the CXCR4 binding with the viral protein, right? It interferes with the interaction and it is currently under the clinical evaluation. It is used as injectable agent because of its limited bioavailability. Next is vaccines. Vaccines are not currently used, but we see what happened with the vaccines for the HIV treatment. Positive organisms of chronic infections do not respond to vaccines. The AIDS virus causes chronic disease in which infection persists despite a strong antibody response, right? So, HIV virus effectively destroy immune system. The initial work on vaccine development focused on isotopic variant of the HIV envelope GP120. Right? That is the protein responsible for the binding with the host cell, and that is obtained by the recombinant DNA technique. Target chosen for concern about the safety of life, the safety of live or attenuated vaccines. The GP120 is a core protein, and if great care is taken, a virus-free vaccine is obtainable. Early vaccines were ineffective, right? And that's why the National Institute of Health suspended plans for massive clinical trials in high-risk individuals, right? It is yet not known that how safely used second-generation vaccine and will discover it, or when one might receive approval for widespread use in humans. Right? Thank you.